Hey y'all, this is Jessie with our latest episode of Gun Gals Live. We have a fun show planned for y'all and are excited to get to it. But first, let's run through our panel of lovely ladies. Tonight we have Arminthia. How's it going?
Hey, I'm good.
We also have Stacy. How's it going?
Going about as good as it can be.
And we also have Liz. How's it going?
Hey, glad to be back.
We are so glad to have you back. So, if any ladies out there would like to join the Gun Gals panel, we would love to have you. Shoot us an email at info@gun-gals.com for more info. Before we get started, we want to give a huge shout out to our awesome Patreon supporters, Clover Tack, Ghost Tactical, GA Trucker, Tardot 357, Angry Hay Cutter, and the Gun Snob. Thank you for your support to Gun Gals. Sorry, y'all. I just totally had a blank moment. So, if you're new to Gun Gals, we would like to invite you to like our Facebook page. And for the ladies, find our Ladies Only Gun Gals group on Facebook. Our group is where ladies can ask questions or share experiences with other gun carrying ladies, as well as keep our discussions going throughout the week. So definitely check it out. So, tonight, we are following with our September series, and this week is exercise. Are you ladies ready for this conversation?
Bring it on.
All right, y'all. So, with our first topic, we're going to go with shopping. Let's start with Liz, since you are back. Do you go shopping for exercise or workout clothes, or do you enjoy shopping a little bit more when you're going through the exercise routine?
I will say that I enjoy finding comfy clothes to wear. Now, whether they're labeled to be for athletic wear is one thing, and whether they get worn for athletic wear is a completely different thing. But in general, I'm not a huge fan of clothing shopping, just for various reasons that are pretty obvious. But, just kind of, like I said, I enjoy finding comfy clothing, and luckily, there's a lot more options for women of my size lately in athletic wear, which is really nice. And they're super comfy and cozy. In fact, I'm wearing them now, even though I'm not exercising. So yeah, I don't mind it. It's not my favorite, but I don't mind it.
I totally get that. How about you, Stacy?
Like I said, I really prefer not to go shopping. But if probably just go get something, tank top, loose clothing, shorts, and stuff that just something that's comfortable. Not that I probably wouldn't go out and buy spandex, but just loose, comfortable clothing if I'm gonna go shopping and get it.
I get that. How about you, Armintia?
I believe it or not, actually have numerous pair of workout pants, stretch pants, or they're actually like exercise pants, yoga pants, whatever you want to call them. Now I have a treadmill at the house that I work out on, or here lately it's at work, but do I enjoy necessarily going and shopping for them? No. But I have them. So, in fact, I have numerous pair. I got to looking at them the other day, and I think I have like 6 pair. So, yeah.
I love you so much because I'm totally in the same boat. I love yoga pants, and I wear them more for everyday life than I do for like actually working out. They're more comfortable when I'm dealing with my kids than wearing other clothes.
Well, and lately they've been considered like legitimate, like nice wear. So you can totally get away, like, get some LuLaRoe leggings and you can get away wearing those things to like anywhere.
Okay, now I totally only wear mine though to work out in. And I mean, the whole reason for that is because, trust me, nobody wants to see all this in a pair of those. And all of mine are black, by the way. Black is a more flattering color than all the florals and pastels that make my hind end look even bigger.
I'm with you there. I have the same.
Yeah, I'm all about the black yoga pants, leggings, whatever you want to call them. I'm into the black because you can wear them with a lot more things if they're black. Plus, certain colors, prints, and everything else kind of just make me look a little weird. So I'm not at the point I can pull that stuff off yet.
Well, plus because I'm all about the cheap, all about the cheap. I have a feeling that the ones I have, because I've had them for years now, I probably got them on clearance somewhere. You know, after the whole first of the year workout season or whatever, and then they kind of have to clear their shelves and get rid of them, and that's when I bought them.
Oh yes.
Is that just being, I mean, is it really being cheap or is that just being frugal or thrifty?
It's being smart.
Yeah.
For real, the best time is to go in February to Old Navy because they have some of the most comfy and best athletic wear in the world, and it's like for $2 because it's on clearance to get rid of it.
Exactly. I go always after season to any of the stores that I usually shop at. So that way I'm not paying full price. I don't want to pay full price for anything. Just like with the kids' jackets and stuff. I'm not buying that at winter. I'm going to be buying that next spring. So we're probably going to hibernate. For anybody out there, we're probably going to hibernate this winter.
I can honestly say I don't have a single pair of yoga pants or leggings, and part of that is my husband would be like, "Really, you're gonna go out in that? You're gonna wear that to the store? Or you're gonna wear that to dinner?" He is not a fan of leggings or yoga pants. He
Oh
does
my
the same
God.
thing. He does the same thing with the kids. The kids look really cute in it. They're thin and have the figure for it, and you're like, "Really, you're not wearing leggings?"
Oh, I am because I sit there and I can throw a sweater or a t-shirt or something over it and wear a pair of flats with it, and it totally makes a cute outfit. Yes, yes, I am that kind of girl.
My husband's there. Wow, throwing me under the bus. Well, it's true. You hate leggings.
No man is safe during a gun gals chat, or woman for that matter.
Nope, nope.
Yeah, if you hadn't figured that out, I mean, sorry.
He has learned that.
Okay, so I'm having a little difficult time reading my handwriting right now. But let's go to our next topic of tracking systems. Or would you ladies like to talk about your favorite workout? What's your favorite workout? Is one of our topics tonight.
Let's go to the tracking.
Okay, so tracking systems. Stacy.
The only thing I've used the track your steps on the iPhone. And, those few months that I was working with his dad on an apartment complex, I mean, I was walking 5-6 miles, which was more than I thought I was, but that's the only one I've ever used is, the step tracker thing on your iPhone.
I don't have an iPhone, so I'm a little jealous right now. How about you, Arminthia?
I actually do not use the actual tracking on my iPhone like Stacy does, but I totally have I have a Fitbit that I don't use, and then I have it's an off-brand Fitbit. It's a smart band is what it is. And it connects with my phone. There's an app on my phone for the Very Fit Pro is what it is. So I use that also with my dieting and stuff. When I choose to use it, there's a macros counter that I can use. So um, I do have a tracking system that I do use. So
That's awesome. How about you, Liz?
A couple years ago, I got a very nice Fitbit for Christmas that we spent a lot of money on, and I have since lost the charging cord. So, and
Oh
I used
no.
it for like 2 months, and then something happened. It got misplaced or something. Who knows? Um, so I should track, but I don't. So yeah, I really don't have anything right now.
For me, one of my friends shared a link for Sweatcoin, and all of your steps end up turning into coins that you can use to buy whatever. I'm currently working on getting a Amazon gift card, which is going to take me a while because I don't walk near as much as I should. But I found that app and I liked it because every 2,000 steps, I think, turn into one sweat coin or maybe $1 sweat coin. I can't remember right now, but yeah, that's what I use.
Now,
And
that's
it's
not one of those that charges you if you don't walk for like 2 days in a row, right?
no, you can get on different plans that it has. I'm all about the free stuff, so I can do like 5 sweat coin dollars a day, and it
Nice.
doesn't cost me anything. And so that's the plan that I use. And nothing is like actual money taking out. So if I ever get to the point that I'm making 15 plus dollars, well, more than $15, but it is more beneficial for me to sign up for the $15 plan, then I could actually make $15 that day and then some. And so I'm like, well, that would actually pay for my subscription, but I don't walk that much yet. So I think that's
Nice. I totally forgot. I did used to track steps for a while. It's this really cool app. You guys might have heard about it, Pokemon Go. But then I got really lazy with it. I keep wanting to start up again because I'm like a whole generation behind on my Pokemon. But
My daughter used to go around and play nothing but Pokemon.
dude, I am such a nerd. I love Pokemon. We totally played it a lot when it first came out, and I even had started walking, and I should get back into it. I mean, it's a really great, supposedly motivation, but if you're really lazy, it's easy to get out of.
that app worried me with some people because you would see people walking down the street, walking into light poles, almost walking into traffic, things like
Honey,
that.
that's called natural selection.
Right? Don't
Survival
have
of the
to worry about
fittest.
those.
Oh, goodness.
That's too funny. Okay, so for the um, topic everybody is really wanting to talk about, what is your favorite exercise? Let's start with Stacy.
Oh, geez. Um, right now I'm gonna say walking.
Fair enough. Fair enough. How about you, Liz?
My favorite exercise, if I could pick anything in the world to do that would count as exercising, get your minds out of the gutter, ladies, would probably be um I really enjoy sports a lot. I'm one of those people. I love to watch sports. Baseball is one of my like. I grew up on baseball. It's one of my games. But I'm one of those people who would rather be out on the field playing than watching. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good Astros game, but if I could and I had the accessibility to be on some kind of team for free and it didn't cut into family time or if it was possible, that would be like my dream exercise. Like I'd go play baseball every day, something like that. Or hunting, I guess. Something active. I love being active. So either going hunting every day for an exercise. I'm actually currently working on getting my arm strength up and my bow pull strength. So I'm counting that as exercise right now when I go out and shoot my bow. So yeah, something active like that is my favorite.
Oh, nice. I totally get that too. How about you, Arminthia? What's your favorite exercise?
I'm all about some cardio. I love walking. If the weather were better here in Texas, I would probably walk more. Um, During the summer, though, it just gets really brutal. And I have an awesome treadmill that I have used quite a bit, but it is really big and it takes up a lot of space. And my husband is like a virus, and the more space you give him, the more space he takes. So I don't have that much space anymore. I also have an elliptical, which I absolutely love. But somehow it got broke. I'm not sure who broke it. So, but yeah, I'm all about. I like cardio. I enjoy going to. I'm kind of like Mia. There are a lot of workout classes and things that I enjoy going to, but there are a lot that I don't enjoy. So if they put out like a list and I'm able to say, "Ooh, I want to go to that one," and I don't want to go to that one because it's not the same class every day. So yeah. For me, though, walking is my biggest thing because, like at work, I walk anywhere on a work day. Seriously, the least amount I'm going to walk in a work day is 4 miles. And I could walk up to 6 miles on a work day. Seriously. True story. It's crazy.
I totally get that with your job. That is definitely a lot of walking. Um, for me, my favorite workout is something that I do with my husband a lot. We go walking at Cabela's. It's super fun. I enjoy it, and I get to go shopping while I'm doing it. So yeah. Now, how many times do y'all um, enjoy y'all's actual exercise? Because a lot of times people will sit there and be like, oh, I have to exercise. And then it starts to become just, you don't really enjoy what you do. So I guess the big question is it more important to enjoy what you're doing or just do it to stay healthy? That's for any of y'all.
I think there's a fine line. I've noticed with like my routine I'm currently working on, I've made it very goals oriented. So there's specific like exercises, and it's with hand weights, and it's specific things that I'm working on, specific areas I want toned up for various reasons, and then specific like I said, I'm working on my arm and back strength for pulling a bow. I'm working on my arm strength for holding my gun more for competition purposes, and stuff like that are really, they're goal oriented. So I'm doing these exercises for the purpose of a goal. And as much as it sucks to do exercising, like every time the time comes around, I'm like, crap, I really need to do this. But every time when I'm done, I feel so much better. Just like, okay, I accomplished something. I feel really good right now, and I know I'm making strides towards my goal. But getting to that point sucks. And some days, I'm not going to lie, I'd rather sit on the couch and I'm like, yeah, screw this exercising thing today. I don't want to do it. So there's, it's a battle, but I don't know if there's any. I'm sure there's some people who truly do enjoy exercising, but for me, it's one of those battles. Like I force myself to do it, and then I enjoy it.
See, I can get that because, in all honesty, after a long day of work, I'm not going to go work out. That's just not happening. After I've seriously walked all day. Um, for me, a lot of the times when I go get in my mindset of my working out and such, for me, it's because I need it. It's because I need the strength training. I need to build my muscles or whatever, because of my back injuries and such. It's very important for me to stay motivated and stay moving. If I ever get to where, if I spent 5 days in a row, seriously, and actually even 3, if I spent 3 days laying around and just like laying on the couch or whatever, I would be so miserable and hurting so bad that for me, it's important to stay moving. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not all about just, ooh, let's go exercise. Because I got into that mode and I was exercising a lot. And you think about it, going for a walk, and if you walk an hour or an hour and a half, depending on where you go, and I live in the country, I have to walk on the road. So you have to watch for, drivers and things like that. And then you have to worry about stray animals. And I mean, it's a little bit of a lot. Or I have to drive into town. So I have to drive the 12 miles into town to go walk at the track or go to a gym that I've got to pay for. So there's just, yeah. I mean, it's got its upsides and its downsides. But then you've got to fit it in, because depending on when you work out, then you have to make sure you shower. And I mean, it's a big deal. So you either have to do it later at night, closer to when you go to bed, or first thing in the morning before you get your day started. Because who wants to go and work out in the middle of the day and then have to shower? You showered that morning, then you have to do it again. And it's just, And I can't speak for guys. Being a girl is a lot of work. I'm sorry. If you have to wash your hair, real. You have to wash your hair. You've seen the memes or whatever you call them about you have to mentally prepare to wash your hair. That is a real thing.
Yep.
And after you work out, you want to wash your hair. That is a big deal.
Very.
And especially if you've washed it that morning or the night before, and then you have to do it during the middle of the day or something. I mean, it's a lot. So, anyway.
Well, and especially depending on how you set your hair. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I have very naturally curly hair, and it's actually not good for me to wash with shampoo more than like once every 3 days. It actually fries my hair out, and it makes it super frizzy. And I know that may sound gross to some people, but that's just how my hair is. I've learned that that's the best way to take care of it given how my hair is. But that leaves me at a really weird standoff. Do I wash my hair with shampoo after a workout? Or do I want my hair to look like crap for the next week? Or do I try and figure out something else? It's a real problem.
And guys really do have it easy. They just really don't understand what kind of crap that us ladies have to go through when it comes to exercising or just dealing with hair. Now, for me, I have a weird texture to my hair, and I can't use conditioner that often, and sometimes I don't wash it for 3 or 4 days, but I will sit there and use conditioner and stuff like that throughout the week. I'll just wash it one day, have it like that for 2 days, and then I'll put conditioner in it. And then I'll leave conditioner in for the next day, and then I'll rinse it out, and then wash. And it works for me. But yeah, when you live in Texas, it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have some wonky hair if you wash it every time you switch, because that's pretty much every day.
Yep, very true. Very, very much so.
Well, and it's not only about how your hair like holds up after that many washes, but then it's also like you gotta style it, you gotta condition it, you gotta put it up or decide if you're just gonna, like whatever. And then it doesn't work like if you try not. It's just a mess. It really is. Like I could go on forever about the hair mess.
It's annoying because for me, I would flat iron my hair because it's so wavy when it's long, and the longer it gets, it starts getting curly, wavy, and it's just super confused. It's like a teenager through the teenage years or something.
My hair is just really long. I mean, it's really straight, but it literally goes down to like the middle of my back. So, yeah, it's like I have to watch it because if it gets like sweaty or I have to go to work with Kent and it gets sweaty, it gets really itchy. So, with it being like more of a thicker stuff and being so long that, I have to like, if I work out, I have to actually, wash it.
For sure. For sure. I get it. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail us there, but it is a real thing. So,
The struggle is so very real. I'm glad you
yeah.
brought it up.
Well, I mean, people don't think about it because by the time you've actually worked out, you have to account for that time, and then you have to account for the time that you have to recover from your workout, which includes the whole shower and redoing everything you've done for the day. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so let's see what our next topic is. We've gone through the craziness of hair and exercises and all of that.
Well, hey, seriously, what is your most hated workout?
Running.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to say running. I've got to take extra measures if I know that I'm going running, so I don't get knocked out with a body part.
Oh, yeah, you got to tape those bad boys down. I get that.
I really do. Like, it's got a bra, a sports bra, and some duct tape so they stay in place and don't black my eye. Y'all laughing, but I'm for real.
Oh, no. Oh,
I'm
no.
I'm the same way, and usually if I'm running, you better look behind me because obviously something is chasing me.
For real.
That's how I am. If I'm running, you better start running too, because I don't run just to run. There is something chasing me. It probably gonna eat me. So
And see,
better start trucking.
that is totally what I tell people. If I'm running, you better all be running too. But outside of running being something that I don't like either, I don't like running. I'd much rather go walking. Burpees. Have y'all done burpees
Oh
before?
my God. Those are like demon spawn. Like, who
Whoever-
the hell thought that
What?
Who thought that was a good idea? Oh my
Those
God.
are my favorite workout. I love burpees.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh,
Okay, so
yeah.
you want to tell her?
No, I'll let you do it since it's like your favorite. You go right ahead.
Okay, so you're standing up and you drop down to the ground like you're going to do a push-up. You do a push-up and then you get in like the crunch position or squat position, and then you jump up like you're trying to touch the ceiling, and then you go back down like you're doing a push-up. It is the most intense exercise my body can do, and I love it because everything on me hurts after I do them.
Yeah, but
I don't even think I could do it.
Well, believe me, Stacy, I can do it. And even after coming off of back injury, when I would do them, now I couldn't do them fast, but I can do them. There's something about your head and you having to go down to the ground that quickly, and then you chunk your feet behind you and you pull them back up into you, and then you have to stand back up real quick. And they want you to do so many of these because typically when you're doing these, you're doing them with a group and you're doing them in a class or something. Is when I've done them.
And you do them in sets.
Usually with a big mirror so everyone can see how ridiculous you look.
And it doesn't matter what shirt you have on or anything because your butt is going to go in the air and you look like you're in a triangle with your hind end in the air at some point. Your shirt is going to fall down and you're going to flash everyone. I was waiting for comments there. Thank God. No.
I was just thinking you already did that, but okay.
Yes. But no, yes, whoever made these was a pure evil.
Evil person.
Yes.
No
Terrible.
pain, no gain, ladies. Like the burpee is amazing. But again, you need to make sure that you're wearing proper support in your tennis shoes, and you might want to duct tape your boobs down if you
See,
got big boobs, because I have to duct tape, and I've got to make sure that I got some good like Spanx type pants on that are going to hold things in so they don't slip out in the jump.
you see, I
But they're
can get the
fun.
same effect of however many burpees y'all are doing in those classes, doing a 30-minute yoga class, which is a lot more relaxing. So I'd rather
I,
do
I
that.
do I do like yoga. Yoga is one of the most relaxing workouts I can do, except having two kids. They
Yeah.
drive me crazy,
See, I
and
can
I'm
only
usually
do
falling over.
yoga. I can only do yoga in a class without my kid there because for some reason, the environment about being with other people and having like a coach kind of walking you through it gently, I do really great in a class, but the times I've tried to do it at home, I either just suck, I'm terrible at it, or my kid just totally messes it up. So I don't even try anymore. But I do love yoga in like a class setting.
Just don't eat anything that's going to cause you discomfort,
No
because some of
broccoli.
the positions,
But you know,
or eggs, or
girls, women, however we want to word it, we work out a little differently than men, and it affects us differently than men. So a girl starts lifting weights, and a guy starts lifting weights. So my husband's got a 15-pound dumbbell in the living room, and he's all about this 15s. Okay, and so if I were to go in there and lift the same 15-pound dumbbell that he lifts and do it the exact same way he did, do you know how hideous I would be looking later?
Yep.
Because I'm seeing comments, and weights. But you know what? Weights are not always the greatest thing. Small weights, maybe, but you have to do it correctly. And you have to know what you're doing it for.
Yeah.
Well, and what I've learned when it comes down to it, there is no one size fits all for anybody.
There's
There is
not.
not a single thing. If I found the absolute perfect routine for my body and I gave it to Arminthia and shoved it in her face, that would be a travesty because what
Oh, it
works for
would.
me does not work for you. What works for me doesn't work for either of the other ladies that I just totally spaced out your names. Wow, that was terrible. Jesse and Stacy. Uh, any of y'all, it doesn't work because everyone's bodies are made completely differently. We all have different diets, we have different stressors, we have different things. I
Absolutely.
mean, we all carry our fat differently, which means we're
Different
all
hus-
going
Absolutely.
to
di-
have different
hey,
places we want to focus
Absolutely.
on.
different husbands.
That too. We all have everything different. So I think this everyone telling everyone else what to do, because that's been like a thing lately. Not with us, obviously, but like
Oh, no.
around lately, and it's been
Yes.
big. It always has been. There's always the
Mm-hmm.
fad stuff and the fad workouts and the CrossFit everywhere. Oh my God, everyone in the world try CrossFit. Well, that doesn't work for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's one of those everyone just has to find what works for them, and you stick to what works with you.
Right. I'm all about that.
Sorry,
Because
that's my soapbox for the night.
oh no, because I'm totally there. Because I'm all about what works for one does not work for another. That's why I was sitting here saying my husband going in there and lifting these 15s. Do you really think my husband's fixing to go do cardio? Seriously? No, he's not. At some point when we had the treadmill actually up in our living room, he would get on it, and he would get on it every great once in a while. But it was not something that he would do all the time or very often, because he didn't get anything out of it. He's like, yeah, this is stupid, this is ridiculous, and he couldn't see a difference at all. Where man, shoot, my husband and I could eat the same thing every day, and he could stop drinking. And I'm going to say this because I know he's totally not going to do it, but he could totally stop drinking sodas and lose 5 to 10 pounds. Where I can give them up, and I'm not even going to lose one.
Yep.
I would probably gain 3 pounds while my husband lost like 15.
Probably.
That's a legit thing. I have proof. It has happened.
It makes me mad how my husband can lose weight so easy, and I try giving up sugar, sodas, energy drinks, coffee, no junk food. I don't eat past a certain time. He'll drop weight, and I'm still either the same size I was before I did all of this, or I've actually gained weight. And it's like, what is going on? I think he
Now,
sabotages it somehow. I'm not sure. That's my theory.
well, that's the other thing too. The cool thing about it is that we're married to men that luckily are not blood related to us. You see what I'm saying there? So our genetics are not the same either. So what works for me does not work for him. He also does not have the hormones running through his system that I have running through mine. For me to get all up in my feelings or something.
That's totally a good thing, though. If our husbands had the hormones running up through them, oh,
Honey, I
I'm
can
gonna run
handle this
away.
one with a cold. What do you think?
Okay, for real though, for real. The man cold. Can we just acknowledge that the man cold is a serious illness that affects marriages at least twice a year?
Sometimes more.
Yes. Sometimes every season or multiple times a season. They feel and swear like they're dying, and you need get so dramatic with it. We need to
Yeah,
call the will. We need to call the lawyer to draw up a will because I'm dying. I'm dying.
and
You don't even have the flu. It's
and
man
have
cold.
and have you ever noticed that when they get sick, they can't get up. They all they can do is go lay in bed and just call someone. Bring me this, bring me that. But yet when we get sick, we still take care of the kids, the house, be a taxi cab.
Now, I will tell y'all that when I get sick, that is kind of my favorite time because I'm still active. I still take care of the kids. I still clean. I still do that. But I've lost my appetite and I actually lose like 15 to 20 pounds if I get the flu. So I don't get my flu shot because I'm like, that's an easy 20 pounds lost this year. I'm
Okay,
not getting that shot.
so Jumpy out here says girls retain fat better than men because having fat is good for baby making. So, what if we're past that stage in our life?
I was gonna say
I call
somebody
it
better tell my body that because it
At
can
what time do
stop
we
that
get to
right now.
start? At what point do you say, okay, hey, body, you and I need to have a chit chat here because that season is over, so you can let go now, any
listen,
moment
Yeah,
now.
your body is keeping it so you are more difficult to be kidnapped and your husband is able to stay warm in the wintertime. That's my theory. I'm
I do
keeping
like
him warm.
the way Gelsma just put it in the chat. He said male bodies react to diet and stress more rapidly because of survival ability. Women can survive more because their bodies react to stress better. I will say the stress thing I kind of see, but there's no reason that I should have more on my butt because of it.
Right.
Like, I understand I can handle stress better and, in certain situations, but come on. Why do I need more padding for that?
Listen, I need more padding on my butt because when I fall from tripping over that flat surface, I need a little bit more cushion for my landing. My body knows I am accident prone. It is just making sure I don't crack nothing in the process.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Mm.
Y'all know y'all love me.
We do. We
We do.
totally do. We totally do.
So, uh, which would y'all rather talk about? The dealing with health issues or weight after injury?
To me, they kind of go hand in hand.
that's what I was thinking.
They kind of do. Okay. So, Liz, since you've been MIA for a little bit, you want to take this one first?
Um, Well, I've had experience with the health issues and not as much with injury, unless you count that some health issues. Um, my biggest experiences have been after I had Auden, my son. A lot of people don't know that I had some very serious last minute complications with him, and we were up in the hospital for a couple weeks before I, was able to go home. And Auden was fine, but I had some very serious issues with my body, and just in the state that I was in, it was it wasn't a good idea to start exercising afterwards. Of course, I had a very weird pregnancy because I actually lost a lot of weight because I barely ate anything for the entire pregnancy. I was sick the entire time. So I actually lost weight. I actually was skinnier than most of my life when I was in my third trimester, minus the giant baby bump. So, and then I lost 10 pounds immediately once Autumn was born. So yeah. But yeah, so mine was like backwards, but trying to heal from that in a way that was healthy and also try and maintain. And of course, afterwards, you have all this postpartum crap as well to deal with. So that may be in a league all of its own. But that's probably my only real experience with it. I've been very lucky as far as, health issues. Now, I've dealt with lots of people in my family having health issues and trying to help them through it, and they haven't been doing very awesome with that. But we're working on it. Diabetes runs on my mom's side of the family. So that's one thing that I strive to watch for, and I work towards being healthy because of that. But we've really been working with my mom who has diabetes, and it's hard. It really is. So yeah, as far as health issues go, that's really the only experience that I've had, and I really have been very lucky and blessed. I haven't really had a lot of injuries to deal with, so I guess that's all I got.
I totally get that, though. How about you, Arminthia?
Oh, wow. Let's see. I've dealt with both, actually. Um, I was very young when I had to have my hysterectomy. And so um, it was like 2 weeks before my 23rd birthday. And so I had to have that. And so knowing that we were finished having kids and stuff, but it does something to you emotionally that was hard to recover from. And then I had complications from that it took them like 6 months to figure out what was even wrong with me. And then I had to go in and have a second surgery to correct it. So I was on different medicines and having to go to the doctor all the time. And so that was very hard. And so I put on some weight after that. And then later on, and it was probably totally with my weight and all, but my blood pressure was just real erratic, where it would seem like it was really high, and then I could take some medicine, it would bring it down, and then I got to where the medicine I was taking was too much, and they switched my medicine over, and then they put me on a medicine that no matter how low they put it, it bottomed me out, and I felt like crap all the time, and I didn't have the energy to do anything. And then I had an issue with my heart rate was always like 120s, and so they put me on some medicine for that, which just made me feel like crap. I mean, I had absolutely no energy because they were trying to keep my heart rate down. So, I mean, I've been through a little bit of all that. And all of that was before I actually hurt my back. And then I went through like 4 different little episodes with my back where I hurt my back. And they were fairly close together within several years of each other that I hurt my back. And then from being bedbound and all the medicine I was taking got me to where, I mean, my immobility I just wasn't getting around as good, and my back would hurt so bad. Then I got to where I walked a little funny. I already um, kind of walk a little bow-legged anyway, but the more I hurt, the more my feet turn in, and I developed bursitis really bad, which is something I still deal with because I walk so much at work now. Every now and then, I have to go and get injections directly into my hip joint, and I mean directly into my hip joint for my bursitis. The last one I got was in February, and I have days now that it's pretty unbearable to be able to lay down. And like at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I can't lay on my side. That's just, and then, so, I mean, all of those things totally affect my workout because it lowers my energy levels and stuff like that. So,
I totally get that. I don't really have the energy to do anything if I'm in pain, but I still have to get up and do stuff. But working out would be the last thing I could think about doing. And yeah, I totally get that. How about you, Stacy?
Um, yeah, I've had back surgery. I've had endometriosis just about, since I was a teenager. Um, that got bad enough where I had, severe stomach pain, got to the point every day. Up until I had a hysterectomy last year. And then with my back surgery and stuff, I gained a lot of weight when I had back surgery. And that was, 8, 9 years ago. And now I've re injured it. So, I'm up this past year. Yeah, I've been doing lumbar injections in my back, and that hasn't been working. I get sciatic pain down my legs. So, it's kind of hard when, you have all this pain and achiness, going from your back all the way down to your right hip and down through your leg to try and do that much. So, in any exercises I do, I have to kind of start slow and work up some of those muscles so I don't make the injury worse. So, yeah, it plays a big part on how I do things. And, like I literally don't lay on my right side. And usually I do after I'm asleep, I'll end up on my right side and laying on my back. I usually wake up literally like for the first 10 minutes in bed, I'm like literally can't move without being in pain till I'm actually getting up out of bed and start moving around. So, yeah, it plays a big, huge part in it. I mean, those are the main, two problems I really had, was the endometriosis and my back surgery. So, yeah, they pretty much suck.
yep.
Yes, I totally understand with endometriosis. I've actually had to deal with that myself. And it would be so bad that I would be in pain the week, pretty much 3 weeks out of the month. And being in pain to where you feel like you just need to be in the fetal position all day, it's exhausting.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I would get up and want to clean the house, and it's like, the pain would be so bad that I would get up and clean for like 10 or 15 minutes, sit down, then wait a little bit and get up and clean again, and just had to do things in sections.
Me too. There would be days it would pretty much take me all day just to clean either the living room or the kitchen or whatever room I was trying to work on that day, because you get up and you try sweeping and you happen to turn a certain way while you're sleeping, and it just sends this huge shock of pain all up your body, and it's like, okay, this I'm not going to be able to get rid of this. And so I'd sit there and either go lay down or sit down or try to do something to get rid of that pain. And it was so uncomfortable for the longest time. But I went and had a procedure done last December, and it has been a total game changer.
Yeah,
Pretty
see,
much.
I've had, they gave me this shot. I think I was like 23, and it was called Lupron, and it's kind of like a depot shot.
Mm-hmm.
You get it every 3 months, but you can only do 6 months worth because it pretty much puts you through menopause. So
Mm-hmm.
for like a year and a half, I would literally was like I had menopause. I had the hot flashes. I mean, I lived in Chicago and I was out there in shorts and t-shirts sitting in the snow because I was so freaking hot. So it's, I've had that done. I've had the scar tissue and adhesion scraped out. Yeah, I've had all that done. So, um, and I don't know what they do for it now, but I've been super happy since I had the hysterectomy.
Well, the doctor I had, we weren't really wanting, well, I was wanting to get a hysterectomy and just be done with it. But for some reason, the doctor that I had, he wanted to do other options. And I was like, okay, I've had 3 kids. I can totally be fine not having any more kids the rest of my life. Just, make it so I don't have this kind of pain. And we ended up doing a procedure called the HER option. And they go in and pretty much cryogenically freeze all the tissue. And it slowly removes itself. And all of the endometriosis tissue that I had, it pretty much came out. And it was wonderful because I don't have to worry about cervical cancer. I don't have to worry about having the endometriosis pains. And that was another problem that I had. I had cervical cancer from the time I was 18 until 2012. And
I
so having
never had any of that.
it's, I wish I could say it was stressful, but it's more annoying than anything else. Because you go in and different doctors want to do different things. I ended up firing a couple of doctors because I was tired of feeling like I was pretty much a guinea pig. So I just kept trying to find a doctor that would do something to where it's not going to come back. And no doctor wanted to give me a hysterectomy because I hadn't had kids yet or finished having kids. And even though you tell them in your 20s, I don't want kids, I've already had 1 kid, I don't want any more kids, I don't ever want to get married, anything like that, they won't give you a hysterectomy. And
Yeah.
I'm glad because I ended up marrying my husband and we had 2 amazing kids. But at the time, it was just, I don't want to deal with this kind of pain or anything like that ever again. Just make it an easy fix. And nobody would do that for me. But
Yeah.
now we're in another state. I could probably find a good doctor that would give me a hysterectomy.
Yeah, it took a while because that's what they wanted to do was go through all these different options. And finally, I went to one last year and said, I'm to the point I have pain 24/7. And she was just like, okay. She scheduled me a week later.
Man, I may need to talk to your doctor. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally, I called Kit, my husband, and said, I'm having surgery next week. He's like, really? I mean, he was excited for me because, it caused so many problems for me,
No
that
doubt.
he was ready for me. He was the one that, pushed me on going and getting it done because I was going to just live with it because most doctors say, oh, well, you don't need to have it right now. I'm like, I'm not having no more kids.
Right?
So,
Yeah, that would. I may have to get with you outside of the chat and figure out who your doctor was. That is awesome. Um, but for the rest of our topics, we are about to reach our hour. So let's wind this down and run through the panel one last time. We will start with Arminthia. Do you have anything going on this week?
I have a few videos that I have got written down somewhere that I'm going to try to get done. But if you haven't seen them, I did put out a few How many did I put out? I put out 3 yesterday. One is just for Patreons. It will actually go public tomorrow. But let's see. I put out a femme fatale corset holster video, and then something new that we're going to be doing. We're going to be introducing Patreon tiers coming up. We're hoping to do that in October. And I think the way that'll affect, though, is that it won't actually affect anybody until November. So there are some cool new incentives that'll be out for that. So y'all might want to check that video out, too. And the one that'll go public tomorrow will be my range bag dump video. So, and then again, like I said, I've got some purse videos that I wanted to do, and then I've got 2 speed loaders for my guns that I wanted to do reviews on. Since I wear artificial nails, for me that's like a really big deal because at our Gun Gals Range Day, I literally like popped one off. Yeah, trying to load a magazine. Yeah, it shouldn't be possible, but you know what? Some of those springs are really hard, and trying to get them in there correctly is not exactly easy. So, yeah.
And once you get more in it, it does get a lot tougher.
Yes. So I do
Speed
have some things coming.
Yeah. Speed loaders are a game changer. I'm excited for those.
Yes.
How about you, Stacy?
Not too much. Apparently, I'm going to have a video sometime in the next few days to a week or so.
Yay!
That's going to be awesome.
Not that I was given a choice. I was challenged. So, anyways, I have that, which I've been trying to put a few videos out.
How dare someone challenge you, though? How dare someone do that?
I know, that's what I thought too. I mean, I thought that person loved me, but apparently I was mistaken.
You know,
or it could just be tough love.
I was like, you know what? I got challenged. So, did Liz love me when she challenged me?
Very much.
See, I love you too. I'm just spreading the love.
So I put out I did a VR for C4. And it probably took me about 10 tries. I was so nervous. And so I'm not too comfortable with videos yet, but I'm trying to get there. So yeah, I'll have that to do. But other than that, I got the husband, the kids, and been watching a bunch of these YouTube chats and learning a lot of stuff. And other than that, sports and trap shoot and all that fun stuff.
Busy mom, busy life.
Yes, in fact, we went to a trap shoot today, so we were there from 1:30 till almost 5. But our son and his 2 friends was one of the 3 that were there, and they did really well. So yeah, it's exciting to go out there and just watch the practice and watch them actually do it. So I can't wait to go to the first competition.
Well, I can't wait to see your video that you were challenged to do. That sounds like it's going to be awesome.
Yay!
Yeah.
Definitely.
How about you, Liz?
Well, I was going to say, speaking of challenges, I'm pretty sure someone challenged you. I can't wait to see that video. But there were a couple videos I have every intention on making this week for you guys. But for the last week, I've seen all this stuff about the redfish coming inshore. So I'm not gonna lie, first chance I get, we're heading to the beach because I want a redfish. But if all goes well, I will still get those videos out amongst that, and we might even get a nice catch and cook for a redfish. So we'll see.
That sounds awesome. But in my head, I totally have Dr. Seuss rhyming right now. But yeah.
Dude, there have been people catching freaking 4-foot redfish all over Galveston Island for the last week and posting pictures. And every time I see one, like, my mouth waters. I'm like, oh my God, I want to be there. I want to have a pull, please. So in the first chance we get, we're out there.
That sounds awesome. I'm excited to see some of that stuff.
But
Because y'all are going to post it on your
y'all are a
Instagram too, right?
priority as well. I'm just being honest.
Listen, fish is food, okay? You got to feed the family. You got a growing kid.
Right? It's my responsibility. Bring home the fish.
Right. Mom life. For me, I do have a lot of videos to do this week. The first one is definitely going to be the challenge video. I've got all my stuff laid out. I just got to get it. So I'm probably going to do that tomorrow while the kids are eating breakfast. That way I've got 15 minutes. Maybe I can get it done in one take so it doesn't take any editing and it can be done. Be awesome. But yes, I do have a lot of videos I need to catch up on. But real quick, we're going to give a huge shout out to Gun Channels. If you haven't yet, check it out. Gun Channels is an online two-way community where we can share and connect with other like-minded members. We stream live there as well as here every Sunday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you haven't yet, also take a moment to check out Gun Gals SpreadShirts, where we have tons of ways for you to support Gun Gals while looking fabulous. You can find us at the link posted below. Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Gun Gals Live Show. Next week, we will be discussing, I think it's our body image, or is it the question and answer? I can't really remember.
It's body image.
Okay, body image. We would love for your input for what content you would like to see from Gun Gals on our live show and the rest of our channel. You can share your ideas or just send us some love at info@gun-gals.com. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight, and we will see y'all later. Good night, y'all.
Hang on. I'm getting there.